Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to part 2 of our skill calculator overview etc of Borderlands 3 characters. So yesterday I put up part 1 where we had a look through Amara, who is the Siren, and we had a look at her skills and just picked a few and from each tree etc, and just talked through what we would probably do in that situation if we picked Amara as our character. So today we are back for part 2 and we're going to be looking at Fl4K, who is the Beast Master. So let's go ahead and click on this. You can do this yourself if you want by going on to Borderlands 3. It's like borderlands.com, and then just typing in Borderlands 3 on Google. It's the first thing that comes up. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to be looking at Fl4K. So Fl4K is a Beastmaster. He's a wandering robot who always brings one of their 3 loyal pets into battle to buff stats and attack enemies. Their action skills let them send forth dive bombing Rake, teleport gamma burst irradiated pets through rifts, and even fade away to temporarily become invisible while moving faster and regenerating health. So that sounds pretty good actually. So the bombarding Rake sounds pretty good. Irradiated pets, etc. So we've got 3 skill trees right here to look at. The first one is called Fade Away. So Fl4K cloaks invisible, turning invisible. Fl4K can be can fire 3 shots while cloaked, and each shot is automatically a critical hit. That is very, very handy actually. While cloaked, Fl4K has increased movement speed and health regen. So it sounds a bit like a siren, you know, from Borderlands 1, where you could just move faster than everyone else while invisible. So that is quite a good skill right there. I do like the sound of that. So fade away critical hit damage is 200%. Cloak movement speed 25%. Health regen. Cooldown, skill duration, all that information is right there. So we'll go down this skill tree first and have a look at it. This is totally new to me. I've not seen any of these, so I'm going to be reading through them. So yeah, there you go. Let's start off then. So we've got a self-repairing system. So Fl4K's maximum health is increased and they constantly regenerate health. That sounds pretty good actually. Second, attack commanders lowered cooldown and increased damage. Yeah, actually, we've got to go ahead and equip that into slot 1, don't we? Hunter skill. After shooting an enemy, Fl4K gains a stack of furious attack. I went into this yesterday. I don't like stacks, but for each stack of furious attack, Fl4K's handling and gun damage are increased. Stacks decay after a few seconds. I would probably say that we're going to go with maximum health and health regen. That's quite good to get that very, very quickly off the bat actually, health regen. It can be an issue sometimes, especially on early playthroughs and stuff like that. So next is kill skill. Whenever Fl4K kills an enemy, action skill cooldown is reduced. That is good, especially if you want to be cloaking everywhere. You can just run around, kill people, and then get your action skill cooldown reduced definitely. Plus, when the pet kills an enemy, action skill cooldown time is reduced even more, and attack commands cooldown is refreshed. I'm pretty sure we're going to spec into that one without even looking at the other ones, because that sounds very good. But allies show a portion of Fl4K's total health regen. Fl4K's pet shares twice the amount of health regen. So your pet actually regens health as well. That could be pretty good. I was just about to say I play mainly solo, so I'm not bothered about allies. But if that works with your pet as well, that could be quite a handy one to have. Fl4K gains increased fire rate and even more fire rate after reloading. I would say we're still going to go down this one. Action skill cooldown, max health and regen, all in 10 levels. That is pretty good. So, what is that one right here as well? I don't know. That says equip slot 2. Well, we'll see you later on. Anyway, so when Fl4K is in fight for your life, their pet will attempt to revive them. That is amazing. I'm clicking on that straight away. While moving, Fl4K constantly regenerates health and gains damage reduction. So more regen. Wow, this guy is going to be a regen master. So we need to spec into one more skill. Allies, maybe get the pet regen health. Fire rate, not too bothered about. Don't like stacks. Oh. Attack command, I think we'll go for that one just for now. While above half health, Flak's gun damage and movement speed are increased, or when an enemy has no target or is attacking a different target, Flak deals increased damage against them. Yeah, that could be quite safe to go into by now. And then we're going to go for, after killing an enemy, Flak and Flak's pet regenerate health for a few seconds. Yes, keep them pets nice and handy. Keep them nice and high health. And then the final in this skill tree is Flak and Flak's pet gain increased damage when Flak activates an action skill. If Flak is at full health, increased damage is doubled. Boom. That is a very, very good skill tree actually so far. The Stalker skill tree sounds amazing. Just health for your pet, health for you. Real good here with the increased maximum health and regen and of health, and yeah, I'm liking that. Definitely liking that one. I should say that'd be the first one I go down. I haven't even seen the others yet, but that is what I'd be going for. So next is the Hunter skill tree. So the action skill is Rake Attack. We're going to equip that one into slot 1 right now. Flak. Oh, wait a minute. I've just realised something. We didn't go down here. Damn it. Let's just choose a load of skills so we can... this isn't my actual choice now. We just need to... let's just choose all the 5s till we get there. We're there anyway now, but I just like to complete things. So, we have got things down here as well. I'm getting ahead of myself. These are... action skills, augment, action skill augment, pet. Ah, okay. Right, so, we've got, what was it originally? Cloaking, increased movement speed, blah, blah, blah. So, fade away no longer ends after Flak attacks at the cost of critical hit damage and fade away during being reduced. After fade away is what, yeah, it's what the actual thing is. After fade away ends, Flak's pet will taunt, drawing the attention of all enemies in a huge radius. For a few seconds after taunting, the pet gains powerful damage reduction. Okay, that'd be good for clearing out maps and all that. But if you're just trying to run across the map and stuff like that, you don't want every enemy on the map's attention, really, do you? The health regeneration and movement speed of fadeaways persists for a short time after the skill has ended. That could be quite good. Then again, we spec into enough skills for health regen and maximum health that might not be too great. Successive hits on the same target increase Flak's critical damage per hit. Unblinking eye resets every 3 hits. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. So are these all to equip into slot 1? I don't really know. It doesn't really say to do anything with these. Maybe that's just what you get after each tier. I'm not sure about that. These 2 are 2 equips though, and these are 2 pets. Flak's Jabber evolves into a beefcake, discarding its pistol and equipping a shotgun. While accompanied by the beefcake, Flak gains increased movement speed and maximum health. When Flak issues an attack command, the beefcake will summon a melee weapon to deliver a powerful attack that knocks enemies back. That is pretty cool actually. Or you've got your pet, which is Flak's Jabber upgrades his gear and equips an SMG. While accompanied by the gunslinger, Flak gains increased movement speed and critical hit damage. Rocket launcher. Oh yes please. That sounds fantastic. That does sound fantastic. So that is just like an equipped skill extra right there. I like that. I do like that. Right, anyway, let's move on. We'll move on to the next skill tree, which I said was this one right here. And it is Rake Attack. Flak sends forward 2 Rake to dive on enemies. So that's a bit like from Borderlands 1 with your bird when you was with Mordecai. Skill has multiple charges. Okay, right. So first tier, Hunter skill tree. What was that called again? Rake Attack. Whenever Flak kills an enemy, they gain stack of interplanetary stalker. For each stack of interplanetary stalker, they gain a bonus to all damage dealt. Additionally, gain unique stalking bonus depending on the type of enemy killed. Each unique bonus can stack up 3 times. So we've got damage, human bonus, robot bonus, beast bonus. Fair enough. When Flak scores a critical hit, there is a chance for 1 ammo to be added to their magazine. That's not too bad. Whenever Flak kills an enemy, they gain increased reload speed. So we've got reload speed, critical hits, add ammo. I think it would have to be... It's not great, that really, not great choices. I think I'd have to go for that one though, for the start. So after that, Flak gains bonuses when fighting different types of enemies. So this is just like a multi enemy kind of bonus tree right here. So if you you could set this character up to be, you know, pretty good against certain types of enemies then really. So that's the bonuses for that. Whenever Flak scores critical hit, there is a chance their action skill cooldown is reduced. That could be quite handy actually, to be honest. The action skill does sound pretty good. While there are no enemies nearby, Flak's weapon handling and critical hit damage are increased. Well, if there's no enemies nearby, I'm not really too bothered about that. Armor damage, damage reduction. I would say we'd probably be best going for... I would go for the action cooldown, and then I'd stick 2 points into that probably. Flak has a chance to fire an extra projectile per shot. Yes, that is a good one. I like that. Flak's hunter skills become much more effective and have a longer duration. So the skill affects 10%, 33% duration. Not too bad. Whenever Flak kills a badass or strong enemy, they gain increased critical hit damage, gun damage, and handling for a long time. That's for 2 minutes, really. Additionally, they receive a cash reward for the Intergalactic Bureau of Bounty Hunting. That is just cool. I like that. We'll stick 3 into that. And we'll probably stick 2 into that as well while we're here. Flak deals increased critical hit damage and enemies are less likely to attack them. That's not too bad. Flak gains increased gun damage and action skill damage. Yeah, we're going to have to go into that. I had to yawn there. I have not got any skill points left, but I forgot to reset last time. But we can have a look at this one anyway. Flak gains a chance to score critical hit weapon against any part of enemies. So, any part of enemies. So if I shoot someone in the leg, I have a chance that will become a critical hit. That is not too bad actually. So this one really is just mainly about buffing bonuses against enemies, isn't it? It's definitely not as good as the last skill tree, I will admit. I prefer the other one. Let's have a quick look at these then. So this will convert Flak's rack to cryo damage, which is quite good. Cryo is going to be in this one, that's quite good. When Flak's rack damage, are these all action skill augments? Yeah, they are. And pets, right, okay. Converts Flak's rack to cryo damage. When Flak's rack damage an enemy, a portion of Flak's health is restored. That's pretty good actually. Flak sends forward additional rack. That could be quite good, more rack the better. Flak's rack have increased cooldown rate and gain an additional charge. So if I equip this into slot 1, what will it do? It will remove that one from the last tree. I see. Flak's spider ant evolves into a scorcher, occasionally dealing incendiary damage to all enemies. While accompanied by the Scorcher, Flak constantly regenerates health. Scorcher will charge enemies. Flak spidering evolves into count tests, which will cause Flak to constantly regen health and gain damage reduction. Counters will burrow underground and then emerge, dealing corrosive damage in an area. Not too bad then. So yeah, there's literally loads of little bits and bobs you can do to this. Equip this into slot 1, and you could equip that into slot 2, so you get the health restored and the additional rack. But then you've got your pet here, which you can choose different things upon. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and reset them, and then we're going to go for... We've already done this one, haven't we? No, this is master. So on the last skill tree, Flak creates a rift at a target location, teleporting their pet through the rift and dealing radiation damage to nearby enemies. So if you're creating a rift... additionally, Flak's pet becomes irradiated, growing in size and dealing bonus radiation damage when it attacks. Using Gamma Burst while Flak's pet is downed or dead will revive the pet at a targeted location with 30% of its health, but with double action skill cooldown time. Wow, there's a lot to that there. Gamma Burst. So you're creating a rift. You can use that when the pet is downed or dead and it will revive them. Very nice thoughts into this actually. So Flak's pet deals increased damage. This would probably be all to do with the pets then, I would have thought. Increased Flak's gun damage and action skill duration, or maybe not then. So you can have your action skill out for longer. While Flak's pet attacks the enemy, the first melee attack is an automatic crit. I would say I would just go for base damage right there. Get the pet as strong as you can. Whenever Flak's pet deals damage, Flak regens health for a few seconds. Whenever Flak deals damage to an enemy, their pet's health is restored. So you're helping each other out. That is pretty cool. When Flak's pet takes damage, the pet returns some of the damage to the attacker. That could be quite handy. That's like reflect damage. When Flak's pet deals damage, Flak and their pet gain a stack of frenzy. Each stack of frenzy increases damage. I would go for this one straight away. I don't like stacks. Hunter kill skill. Whenever Flak kills an enemy, their pet gains increased movement speed. Wow, so it can go faster. When Flak takes damage, a portion of all damage they take is shared to the pet instead. Ooh, that could be quite... You know, I can look after myself, but I don't want to damage my pet right there. Let's see what else we can do. That's the crit. Right, we'll go for gun damage and action skill. And then we'll go for some of the... Yeah, 2 of them for damages returned to the attacker. Let's try and keep this pet alive for as long as possible. Right, increase the power of pet bonuses granted to Flak. Or, we've got, when Flak's pet is at low health, it gains damage reduction and regens health. That could be pretty handy actually. Let's keep this guy alive. I don't want to share that with a pet. Yeah, I'd give him quicker movement speed, and then the pet bonuses will spec a couple in too. And then we'll go on to this, which is all damage dealt by Flak and their pet is increased. Additionally, the maximum health of both Flak and the pet is increased. That's cool. When Flak is at low health, portion of all damage they take is shared to the pet instead. At low health, that could be quite handy actually. Let's just spec into all of that, and we'll go for one more there to get us to the last tier. Melee override skill. Flak establishes dominance over the enemy, turning it into an ally for a short time. If the enemy is a beast, their duration is doubled. So, you know, somebody like a giant badass skag comes out, I can take over that and turn it into an ally so it can attack everyone else. If the enemy is a beast, the duration is doubled. While under the effects of dominance, the target constantly loses health until it dies or the effect ends. Only one enemy can be dominated at a time. The enemy can only be dominated once. So that's cool. You can turn a boss on yourself then. Obviously, it's probably not going to die because it'll be higher health and stuff like that. But a boss could come out and you could just be like, meh, you're an ally now. Especially if it's a boss that's quite annoying and it's got like loads of guys in his like area. So normally you'd just be able to, if it was just one-on-one, you'd be able to just go up and kill him. Whereas if there's like 30 guys that pop out behind him and you're too busy trying to go for them, the boss will actually kill you. So you could actually take over this boss for a bit, go around and clear up all his enemies, and then when the dominance is over, you're just on your own with the boss. That could be pretty cool actually. I do like the sound of that. So let's choose the action skill augment. So while Gamma Burst is active, Flak's pet is surrounded by a radiation aura, constantly damaging all nearby enemies. That sounds quite powerful. For the duration of Gamma Burst, damage dealt by Flak is increased. I would say that would be a good one to go straight into. When Flak or Flak's pet kills an enemy while Gamma Burst is active, the duration of the Gamma Burst is extended and the pet damage is increased. Yes, that's quite cool. And after Gamma Burst, the rift remains for the duration of the skill. While standing near the rift, Flak and his allies rapidly regenerate health. Health regen is 20% of max health per second. Very, very nice. Right, we're going to equip something into slot 1 then. These are the pet things. So Flag's Skag evolves into a larger Great Horn Skag. Great Horn Skag will charge enemies and knock them into the air. Or Iridian Skag, which will pull nearby enemies in, generating a singularity. I would go for the singularity right there, if I'm being honest. So yeah, that is it. That is everything covered for Mose, who is the Beastmaster. I quite like that. I'm still saying that the first skill tree was pretty good actually. I would definitely go down that first. It wasn't Gamma Burst, was it? It was this one, Fade Away. I like the cloaking. Definitely like the cloaking. I think if I was to choose this character, which I'm swinging to actually at the minute, I do like the sound of the siren, but so far the two the Beastmaster is totally new, totally different. I'm interested to see how all these little pets work, how all the different skills for them work, stuff like that. And it would just be nice to have someone, especially through the first 2 playthroughs, things, action skills like this can be really handy. When Gage came out, the Mechmancer was amazing. It's just a shame that in Ultimate, he just Death Trap gets destroyed so easily, and he's just not as tanky or as good as he was in like playthrough 1. So this guy could very well be the same when Ultimate comes out. He might not be as good, but to have some pets running around with you, that'd be pretty cool. So I do like that, and I would say I'd go down this skill tree first for sure. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've rambled enough. Tomorrow we will be moving on to the next one, which is the... I forgot his name already, not him. This one, Mose, that's it, her. She looks pretty badass, can I say that? So I'll be really looking forward to looking into her. So yeah, tomorrow, Mose, join me for that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, really enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.